Hello everyone. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying these discussion videos. I know these really aren't investing oriented, but since right now there's a lot of drama and a lot of negativity in this whole space of Pokemon, I like to give my takes and talk about these topics, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching these videos. And I just have to say it here, I don't think I've ever said it, but thanks for you guys for watching my videos for all the different times that this channel has been through. Thanks for watching my videos, and I've never really said that, but I feel like I should, because especially I've been seeing a lot of these people commenting on my videos, a lot of people saying they enjoy my videos, and thanks for watching. That's all I have to say. But today, I wanted to talk about this topic that I feel like really nobody has really touched on before, and that's these Pokemon card opening channels, and kind of what's going on right now with this whole market. A lot of these channels, these Pokemon pack opening channels, have actually been addressing these problems with these high prices of products, because obviously prismatic evolutions and surging sparks, but mainly prismatic evolutions. A lot of these Pokemon card opening channels have been talking about the problems right now with these prices, and a lot of these people are more, I guess, wholesome channels. These channels don't really focus on value, you could say. It's more wholesome, more like children oriented, right? Because they just open packs. Because channels like mine, I talk about value because I'm an investing channel, right? So especially right now, channels like mine are sort of being criticized for being the problem of this whole problem with prices of everything going up. Investors, scalpers, they're the problem. They're the reason why everything is happening right now. And a lot of these pack opening channels, and I'm just going to scroll here a little bit. I'm not calling anybody out, but if you guys know, you know. But some of these channels, like, I'm going to scroll a little bit. You can see some of these channels, not all of them, but some of them, have been talking about this whole problem, right, with prices. And a lot of these people are blaming it on investors and scalpers like me. Now, it's okay to have an opinion, right? I have an opinion, everybody does. And I've explained to this, to you guys before. For me, in my opinion, right, I do truly believe that this problem of prices of everything right now, surging sparks booster boxes, prismatic evolutions, all these sets right now that are expensive. A lot of people automatically blame, these a lot of these pack opening channels. They've addressed these problems, and a lot of them are blaming the scalpers and investors. And for me, I really feel like yeah, I've said this many times. I do think scalpers, investors, they are part of this whole problem. But like I said before, the reason why there's a lot of scalpers and investors right now is because just right now there's a lot of natural demand. A lot of these good sets like Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolutions, these sets that are coming out now just of recent are very good compared to the past sets. Obviously it's somewhat objective, but generally these sets are better, right? And you also have these other factors. You have the TCG Pocket app, millions and millions of downloads. A lot of those people that digitally open packs have now moved to the physical thing, opening packs. And also rip and shipping. A lot of people streaming themselves opening packs. Obviously people buy into these streams and open packs up. So you take all these factors and all this stuff happening at once, right? And you get what is happening right now. And that's honestly how I see it. I do believe scalpers, investors like me, we're part of the problem. I agree with that. But to just point fingers at just a certain group of people because it's just easy to, I don't really agree with that. And obviously I'm not the right person to be saying that, because I am biased obviously for my channel, and I agree with that. So if you're gonna say vape yourself, well, you're just saying that because you're an investing channel, sure, that's understandable. But a lot of these people that are blaming investing channels like mine and us being the problem, I've noticed there's been hypocrisy. And honestly, I feel like a lot of these channels, these pack opening channels, that are now talking about this problem with prices and everything, and now talking more about the market, because that's what's hot right now. A lot of these pack opening channels, they're specifically talking about value and market right now because of the things going on. A lot of them have given their opinions about this problem. And a lot of them have said it's the scalpers and, investors' fault. Now, these channels, I'm not going to name specific ones, but a lot of them out there, I've watched their videos. I know these channels. I know what they do. I feel like a lot of them are being disingenuous. They're acting like this whole problem is not inclusive of them. They're acting like they're not a part of the problem. I guess they are portraying themselves as having a higher moral ground, not being an evil scalper or investor. Me myself, I have just publicly said it many times. I'm an evil person. I do this stuff and I care about money. That's the simple fact, and I will never hide that, right? But these people, they talk about value and all these sort of things, and they sort of talk about it in a bad light, especially right now when all these things are very high in price. And even people like me, I think this whole situation is crazy. I do care about value. Yes, I have products that have gone up a lot in value, and I enjoy that, right? But it doesn't need to be to this extent. Like, I don't think it needs to be to where it's at now for me to be happy with what I'm doing, right? But it is what it is, right? But a lot of these people that are seemingly, innocent, and they don't talk about value and they don't care about investing or whatever, believe it or not, a lot of these card opening channels that are now it's just sort of blaming or whatever scalpers, investors, believe it or not, a lot of these pack opening channels, they are investors themselves, and they are part of the problem. Now, I'm not naming anybody, but the reason why I really believe these people are being disingenuous is because they are making it seem like they are totally out of the problem and they're not a part of it. But believe it or not, a lot of these people are investors. Like I said, not naming specific people, but if you know, you know. A lot of these people, their channels do not portray being an investor, right? But when you look at their collection, right, because they call it a collection, not investments, right? If you look at their collection, guys, I'm an investing channel. I'm an evil person, right? But these people that are just seemingly innocent collectors and just pack opening channels, guys, these people, you don't even know. I mean, if you've watched their past videos, maybe you do know, but these people have hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, and I'm not even exaggerating, millions of dollars in sealed product, in graded cards, in just sealed product in general, mainly. And people don't talk about these people because of how they portray their channel as being an opening channel and all these sorts of things. They're not seen in a bad light, right? But a lot of these people have been investing, buying sealed product for years, even before they did YouTube. But now that their channel isn't an investing channel, it's about pack opening and being, wholesome, they're not seen in that light. But the reason why I say this is hypocrisy and they're being disingenuous is that they're blaming and talking about scalpers, investors being the issue, but yet they are ones themselves. And that's where I don't like the whole pointing fingers thing. I think it's not really good just in general, because you guys, in this space, we don't have to fight. We can all be friends. We can all give each other hugs, right? We don't have to fight over this stuff. But I just don't like people pointing fingers at certain groups and then, themselves, they're doing it, but people really aren't blaming them. It's like, you can't throw rocks when you live inside of a glass house. Like, it's just, I don't think that's really, like, just good. I feel like just morally that's not really good. But these people, they make it seem like, they're not part of the problem, but really they are. And even some of these channels that, are seemingly, don't care about value. Guys, these people, if you look at their collection or stuff, they are actively selling their collection, all their stuff. And if you see what they have, how much they're selling it for, these seemingly, people that are innocent, these Pokemon opening channels, guys, you really don't think they care about value? Because you remember this, guys. I know this is a toxic thing to talk about value in this whole space now, but believe it or not, a lot of these YouTube channels, it's a business. I know it's, kind of not a really good thing to say, but guys, a lot of these channels, some of these people are full-time doing this stuff. Opening packs, doing whatever they're doing. Some of these pack opening channels, they do rip and chips, which is, you could say, part of the problem, right? With this whole space right now, not having a lot of product, rip and shippers are a huge part of it. And some of these pack opening channels that are, saying that it's the investors, scalpers' fault, they have pack opening channels, they do rip and chips. But besides the point, just people right now that are blaming scalpers and investors, a lot of them that are blaming other people, they're part of the problem. But just, I guess, in the way they portray their channel, they're not seen in that light. But when you really look into it, these people, they're just, you could say, like investors in a way. Because a lot of these pack opening channels, they have so much sealed product. They sell this product in different ways. They do all of these sorts of things. Like a lot of these channels do mystery packs and all these sorts of things. You can argue those too are bad, right? So my point of this video is not to point fingers, right? I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I know this channel, I sometimes portray myself in a bad light, or like to, say certain things. But seriously, like, I just don't like the whole pointing fingers thing. Like, in my opinion, why can't we just all just be friends and just be, you know, just friendly? Like, why do we have to point fingers at each other, call each other this, that, and say certain things about each other? Like, we don't have to do that. We all do our own things, and whatever you do with your, channel, with your money, with whatever, I feel like it's all fair game. And as long as you're honest and you don't scam anybody or anything like that, I feel like it's okay. But right now in the space, there's a lot of negativity. And that's why I like talking about these certain things, because I like to bring light to some of these topics, because especially this one, I feel like it really isn't talked about. But I've just noticed a lot of these, Pokemon Open channels are really disingenuous in how they present themselves, of being a wholesome collector that doesn't care about value. But when you really look into things in their business, it's all value based. It's the same thing. But since they're not oriented about, around being an investor like me, they're not at fault. So hopefully you guys, enjoy this video and can understand my point of view. And like I said, I'm not blaming anybody. This is nobody's fault. This whole problem we're facing right now is just demand. That's why I'm not blaming anybody. I know there's people, it's scalpers, evil people. I understand there's people like that. But overall, this problem is because of demand and just Pokemon not printing enough. It's as simple as that. So I just, to just summarize this video, let's just stop, pointing fingers at people. Let's just take this market how it is. If you're priced out for whatever reason, it does suck. But there's other things to collect. There's other, you can go to Japanese, I've explained this before. But there's really not much you can do. And, I know I'm part of the problem. I'm not helping it. Yes, I understand. I'm an investor, scalper, yeah. But just this whole situation, just seeing a lot of these channels just speak their opinions and say it's all investment scalpers' fault, I feel like they're being very disingenuous. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.